Thank you all for coming this afternoon. My name is Lieutenant John Yassi. I'm the Public Information Officer here at the Warren Police Department. I'll be speaking today. I'll be making some introductory comments. I'll then turn it over to Commissioner Charles Rushton for some comments. And then lastly, Mayor Stone will have some additional comments. We're here today, obviously, to conduct a press conference regarding a very tragic incident which occurred. Some basic details. This incident happened Saturday, a couple days ago, August 3rd, 2024. At approximately 6:05 p.m. at a residential home in the 11,000 block of Edgemont Street in the city of Warren. The basic circumstances, again, we'll get more into it in a second, was a 911 call from the residents regarding a 2.5-year-old child who accidentally shot himself. Out of respect for the family and being a juvenile, we will not be naming the child. As I said earlier, the reason we are here today is to provide an update to the public and the media regarding the investigation of this tragic incident in which a 2.5-year-old child accidentally shot himself with an unsecured handgun. It's sad and frustrating that we're here again discussing this incident. It is very tragic and emotional for the children's friends and family, the responding officers and firefighters, and the community as a whole. Just to recap, on Saturday, August 3rd, 2024, at approximately 6:05 p.m., Warren police and fire units were dispatched to residents in the 11,000 block of Edgemont Street regarding a 2.5-year-old with a gunshot wound. Officers arrived on scene very quickly and made contact with a child who had sustained a gunshot wound to his stomach area. Officers immediately began life-saving measures until the Warren Fire Department arrived on scene. The Warren Fire Department then transported the child to an area hospital, with Warren officers blocking intersections along the way so that the transport could be expedited. The child was turned over to emergency staff and in stable condition, as the child was thankfully alert and responsive. At last check, as of this morning, the child had surgery and is still listed in stable condition at an area hospital. The investigation into this incident shows that 42-year-old April Green was babysitting a 2.5-year-old child as well as a 7-year-old child at her residence on Edgemont Street, where this incident occurred. The investigation has revealed that a Smith & Wesson 9mm handgun was unsafely and unsecurely stored under a pillow on a bed inside the residence while the children were present. The handgun was obviously loaded while stored. No safes, lockbox, or gun locks were used at all during this incident. It appears that the 2.5-year-old child found the handgun while April Green was awake and laying in bed prior to the child accidentally shooting himself. Detectives interviewed April Green on Saturday evening. Green, who is a valid concealed pistol license holder, was cooperative and did admit to having the gun unsafely and unsecurely stored inside the residence. Drugs or alcohol do not appear to be a factor. This morning, the Macomb County Prosecutor's Office reviewed the facts of this case and charged Ms. Green with count 1, firearm safe storage violation causing serious injury, which is a 10-year felony. Count 2, child abuse in the second degree, a 10-year felony. And 2 counts of felony firearm, which is a mandatory 2-year felony for each count. A few minutes ago, Green was arraigned by Judge Beda at the 37th District Court, where a not guilty plea was entered. Bond was set at $75,000 cash or surety only. No firearm possession or contact with children under the age of 17 are additional bond conditions. Her next court date is August 13th, 2024. Our detectives notified Child Protective Services of this incident, who will be conducting a separate investigation. I will now turn it over to Commissioner Rushton for some additional comments.
As a Warren Police Commissioner, I am sad and upset by this incident. Anytime that a child is injured, it is a tragedy. What is upsetting about this incident is that it was so preventable. It was just 4 months ago, we were here doing another press conference where an 8-year-old child was able to access a firearm and to shoot himself in the head area. Luckily, that child did survive the incident, and from what I understand is doing better. This child is in stable condition. It appears it's going to pull through. He's going to pull through, and again, both of these are because of luck, the skills of our police department and our fire department. An incredible job by our fire department to get both of these young people to the hospital to get them treatment from doctors, saving both of their lives. Again, what is most upsetting here is that these are preventable incidents. We have, as I said last time, unfortunately when we were here 4 months ago, the Warren Police Department does provide free gun locks for anybody that comes into the police station and requests one. We have a no questions asked policy. We will not ask for your identification. We will not ask any information about the firearms you need to secure. Again, this is a no questions asked policy. What we want is to prevent tragedies like this from occurring. And these are absolutely preventable incidents. Again, we urge all citizens to come into the Warren Police Department and pick up a gun lock if you do not have one. All firearms purchased in the United States new are required now to come with gun locks. If you purchased a used firearm, you've obtained a firearm in another reason, you inherited one, for whatever reason you got a firearm without a gun lock, we will provide one for you. Again, we want to emphasize, as Lieutenant Gajewski pointed out, this incident occurred because the gun was not secured by a gun lock, a safe, or a gun storage safe. They are very cheap. They're easy to purchase online. You can purchase them at any one of your local sporting goods stores, many of your high retail stores around the area. And again, what we also wanted to point out is the seriousness of the new law for your safe storage. If someone accesses your firearm because it is not secured and somebody is injured, you will be prosecuted. You will probably do jail time because of it. Again, please start securing your firearms. Stop these preventable incidents from happening. I can tell you, in my 27 years as a police officer, I have never been involved with a case where getting to your firearm 30 seconds earlier would have made a difference in the outcome of a case. But I can tell you, I have been on probably 100, maybe hundreds of accidental shootings because someone's firearm wasn't secured. It's not worth it. It's not safe. And please help us prevent these tragedies. I now want to turn it over to Mayor Lori Stone.
Thank you, Commissioner. Good afternoon. I'm Warren Mayor Lori Stone, and I'm here because keeping kids safe is a community effort. Receiving the call that a child in the community has been injured or killed is absolutely tragic. My thoughts and prayers are with the family and wishing that child a speedy recovery. Learning that it was preventable is even more gut-wrenching. Every year in the United States, nearly 360 children aged 17 and under gain access to a firearm and unintentionally shoot themselves or someone else. In 2020, firearms surpassed car accidents as the leading cause of death for children and teens, with roughly 1 in 5 child and teen deaths due to firearm-related injuries, including homicide, suicide, or accident. Many of these are preventable deaths and injuries. We have the ability to prevent tragedies like these from happening. As adults, it is our responsibility to keep kids safe. 4.6 million children in America live in homes with guns that are both loaded and unlocked. In the state of Michigan, as of February, it is the legal responsibility of gun owners to properly secure and store their firearms, unloaded and locked, where there are children in a home, in a vehicle, or anywhere there is a reasonable expectation that children will be present on the premises. Gun owners that fail to follow the law face legal penalties, including time in jail, prison, as well as financial penalties. I am proud to be part of the legislature that adopted this legislation, and now as mayor, I'm proud to be part of implementation by helping to educate our community as to the change in the law, as well as building awareness on measures our community can take to keep our kids safe. By taking these steps, we are reducing death and injury to kids from firearms. It is up to the adults and gun owners to keep kids safe. While talking to your children about guns is important, Safety is always an adult responsibility. Unload, lock, and separate are secure storage practices to reduce gun deaths. Warren Police Department is just one of the many organizations that will provide gun owners with a free gun lock to secure their firearms. Free gun locks will also be available in the mayor's office at City Hall. Safe storage for kids is a best practice, and that keeps everyone safer. Following a previous accidental gun discharge in our community, I hosted a Be Smart presentation to help build awareness on the laws and preventative actions that can be taken. Tonight at 7 p.m., Be Smart is hosting a statewide presentation virtually via Zoom. And Warren's recording of this presentation is available on the City of Warren website and will be shared on social media for any parents, gun owners, and community members that are interested in learning more. Warren is working together to keep kids safe. Thank you.
We'll now take some brief questions if anybody has any from the media.
Do you all happen to know if the babysitter, the defendant, and the child are related at all?
They're not related, no.
Does the kid live in Warren?
No.
Where do they live?
We're not going to comment for we're doing to be in juvenile, but it's not, the kid is not a Warren resident.
And the 7-year-old, is he or she related to the 2.5-year-old?
Yes.
Brother and sister?
Yes.
You said the weapon was found under a pillow. Was that the pillow she was in the same bed that she was laying in?
Yeah, it was under a pillow in the same bed, yes.
So she was laying in bed, there was a pillow here and the gun and the top of the gun.
Yes.
Correct.
And she was in the room.
Yes.
Also, during the arraignment, her attorney mentioned that she was a social worker. Is there any indication that her license could be at risk with this incident?
Obviously, we're at the probable cause phase. We are not at the conviction phase yet. That's something that would be an administrative decision later on down the line through the state. I'll be sending a briefing sheet out with a mugshot and the bond conditions more bullet pointed out for everybody.